I tend to work with business owners who want to take their business to another level. And invariably, that means taking themselves to a whole new level. So how do you do that exactly? Well, today I want to share with you a model I created some time ago that I call the strategy wheel. This is for strategic goals and it's about high performance. So it's got all the elements of a high performance plan. And I'm going to show it to you now, but what I suggest you do as I go through this model is think about a high level goal you've got. Perhaps you want to take yourself and your business to your next level. And whatever the goal is, have a think about it as we go through this planning framework so that you can see where you might be able to put some more attention to take yourself forward faster. Okay, so what we've got here is a planning framework around the outside and the process of achieving high-level goals on the inside. So we've got mindset, will set, skill set, and strategy. So we're going to come to those in a moment, but first, let's start with the goal. So we need to have a clear goal, crystal clear, in fact, and it needs to be something that's meaningful to us. And it really wants to be a statement, just a single sentence that's specific, it's measurable, motivational, and it's got a deadline. So that's the goal. But really, that's about the head. What we're looking to do is understand why we want that goal. What is it going to bring us? What does success look like when we've achieved that goal? What are the outcomes we're going to get to experience and enjoy? Because the clearer we are about that, the more we're going to have the emotional engagement or attachment to the goal that's going to push us forward and keep us going, if you like, when we get some challenges along the way, which we're bound to get. Okay, so we need to understand, why do we want this? Why does it matter? And as I say, what will we see when we get there? Once we've got that clear, most people would go around the outside here and create a plan. Some would even bypass that and go straight into action. You know, I hear a lot of people that say, what's your goal? And then they say, what do you need to do to get it? I think that's a premature question. The question I would ask for a serious strategic goal is, after you're clear on what the goal is, why do you want it is next? And then who do you need to become to get it? Because you're going to need to change some things in yourself to get there. And that's what this is really all about. So let's come into the center here in the inner circle and start looking at these components. And as we do, have a think about that goal you've got and why you want it. And also, let's score yourself as you go through each of these areas and see how you're performing, but also where you can focus more attention. So mindset, if you want to take yourself, for example, to the next level in your business, you'll need to have a business mindset. Often people come into business and they focus on sales and service, and that's all good. But if you want to take that business to the next level, that's a strategic goal, not tactical like those activities. And so we're going to need to have a business mindset more than a sales mindset. And we might have to delegate those responsibilities for sales. So a business mindset is more strategic. You'll be thinking more longer term. You're thinking more big picture. You'll be thinking more about consequences of decisions. And you'll be filtering most things through the goals that you've got, like going to the next level. And what does that mean to you? And why do you want it? So score yourself in terms of your mindset out of 10 now. Next is will set. Now that might not be a real word, but I like it. And it's about what you're willing to do to achieve the goal. You're going to need to get outside your comfort zone. You'll need to learn some new things, test them in the market, develop and grow. And you'll probably need to let go of some things that you've been comfortable with before that you might have been doing that you might need to delegate to somebody else. And that might be something you haven't been prepared to do in the past. So you might need to train them and trust them to do that. So what are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? Score yourself now out of 10. Next is skill set. Now, going to the next level, for example, requires some new skills. It might be leadership skills, it might be planning skills, strategic thinking skills, or decision-making and problem-solving skills. There's a whole lot of different skills you need to develop if you want to go to a higher level, whatever the field is, whatever the endeavor is that you're thinking about. So what are those skills you need, and how are you doing at the moment? Score yourself out of 10. And finally, we're looking at strategy. Now, strategy is a jargon word, so let's just clarify it. In simple terms, what it means is, what are you going to do to take you from where you are to where you want to be to achieve this high level goal? What are the key things, strategies, big chunk, if you like, level things that you can't actually implement a strategy in one move? It needs an action plan for each one. So that's a test of whether it's a strategy or a tactic, something that you're going to do in the game. So what is the strategy you've got to take yourself forward? Now, if your goal was to go to the next level, and one of your reasons was to have more freedom of time, more choice with what you do in your day, maybe work on your business more than in your business, you're probably going to need to delegate some responsibilities. And that might be a key strategy. You might need to recruit a key person. It might be a general manager, might be an office manager, could be some team leaders, whatever it might be. So you might look at your organisational structure. That might be part of your strategy. You might need to develop your leadership skills and so on. So it might be through positioning yourself in your marketplace or yourself in terms of your field as a leader. So what's your strategy and how clear is it and how well have you communicated it? So how engaged is everybody with it? Score yourself out of 10. Now you've got a 40 potential score. How did you score? How are you looking? But most importantly, where are your development areas? Where are your work on areas? And they should be in your plan. This is your personal plan to drive your performance to enable you to be where you want to be and enjoying the fruits of your labour. So once you've got your plan clear, obviously you're going to action it and you're going to get some results. And those results are ideal to give you a measurement of whether you're on track, whether you might have achieved your big goal, or whether you're off track. And if you just ask yourself, do we need to continue or adjust? Then that's a wise question. You keep on doing that, continuing or adjusting until you get your goal and get to enjoy the outcomes. So that's the strategy wheel. It's a high performance framework. It's got all the elements of that. You might need some more resources, and you'll definitely need to be resourceful in your application of development of your plan, and application or actioning of your plan to get your traction and move you forward. So I hope that's been of interest to you. It's a simple little tool, but it can give you a real quick look at where you need to focus more of your time and attention. If you'd like that template on hand, head over to betterbusinessacademy.com, go to our blog page, you'll find this video there, and under it will be a button. You can click on that and we'll email you this template so you can keep it on hand. While you're there, if you haven't signed up to our email address, perhaps someone's sent you this video, then get to the home page, add your email address there, and my team will make sure you don't miss out on any of the future tools and tips for Better Business and other updates that are coming out soon. So in the coming week, all the very best, and whatever you do, take it to the next level.